Joining us now to talk more about the affirmative action decision is the Dean and Professor of Law at Howard University School of Law. Professor, good to have you with us here. So I want to read more of that dissent from Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. She wrote, "Deeming race irrelevant in law does not make it so in life. Although formal race-linked legal barriers are gone, race still matters to the lived experience of all Americans in innumerable ways, and today's ruling makes things worse, not better." So, Danielle Holley, please tell us, in your mind, is this ruling making things worse? And what does it mean for the schools that say the consideration of race is essential to ensuring diversity?
You know, it's making things much worse. I think what Justice Jackson pointed out in her dissent and Justice Sotomayor was simply that race is still a really important part of American life. And for many people, it plays a negative part in their life. So kids growing up K through 12, significant resegregation of our public schools and lack of resources in those schools, and the lived experience of those students, of Black and Latino, Native American, Native Hawaiian students. I think there is significant negative impact from many of those experiences on the potential to compete for college admissions at places like Harvard and University of North Carolina. So Justice Jackson says the majority has a let them eat cake obliviousness about the reality of race in the United States. I'm becoming president of Mount Holyoke College tomorrow. I start, and I can tell you at places like Mount Holyoke and lots of other places, this ruling will cause a major disruption in terms of admissions and also the feeling of belonging for students on our campuses.
Congratulations on that new job. I'm going to ask you a question specifically about that job in a moment, but first I want to talk about the majority opinion, Justice Roberts. He left open the possibility of colleges considering the issue of race in a student's application, saying a student must be treated on his or her experiences. I want to play sound from a student from Howard talking about this.
The idea of drawing on the hardships and pain and suffering of minority communities to even get accepted into college in the first place, that's just not, I don't understand why POC tiers have to be my, a committee's, reasoning or like that push to let us into programs. It doesn't make any sense.
So, Professor, what's your reaction to that?
You know, my reaction is very much that I identify with the students' comments. I think, to say that race should be included in things like essays and considered in terms of an individual, I think is to distort what was happening in college and university admissions already. That's exactly what was happening. There was holistic admissions practice in which students were able to talk about race in ways that may be uplifting instead of being just about suffering. And I think what Justice Roberts was really asking, and the majority is saying, is that you can somehow talk about individual race issues if it relates to your own individual story. And I think that leads to this idea that it must be some kind of negative connotation with race, even though we know that race has a significant impact on daily life for almost all Americans.
Professor, soon to be president, I do want to ask you about that new job. You're the incoming president of Mount Holyoke College. So in that position, what do you think colleges are going to have to do now to make sure they are diverse? How are they going to have to change the recruiting and application process?
I spent a lot of yesterday reading statements by presidents of various colleges and universities. And I think the one universal thing that I saw was that every college and university that I read yesterday reaffirmed our values, which is that diversity of all kinds is critically important to how we educate the leaders of tomorrow. And so at Mount Holyoke, we will definitely continue to hold that value that we are educating culturally competent leaders for the future. And so it's necessary for us, while we respect the law, to also continue to hold our values very strong, which is to celebrate diversity of all kinds.
Danielle Holley, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck as you embark on this new chapter.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.